Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Red Kiwiz, and today this video is going to be a lot different than my usual videos. I've seen this new hashtag floating around entitled hashtag RipCOD because of the new release of the fantastic Battlefield game, which is set in World War I. This video is going to be about my personal feelings towards Call of Duty and Activision as a whole, and how I feel they're continuing to ruin their franchise and community more and more throughout the years of releasing games. I don't think this video is going to change anything, and I'm not really trying to change anything. It's just a Friday night, and I have nothing better to do than to rant about a fucking video game. So before we start, I'd appreciate it if you guys dropped a like right now, just for the sake of maybe Activision ever coming across this video, so next year we don't have to deal with another catastrophic mess. So let's get right into this. What image do you guys think in your head when you think of the words Call of Duty? Do you think of something like this, or do you think of something like this? Most people would say the first one because that's what Call of Duty is, or I guess was. The first Call of Duty games were based off of real war situations that actually happened or are happening now in real life. The purpose was to provide a real war-like simulation where the player could either relive or live what it would be like to be in actual warfare. Now, this was exciting and became even more exciting when the release of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare came out. This game brought players a brand new fast-paced multiplayer experience that was never ever seen before, and this game practically revolutionized FPS shooters to become what they are today. As the years went by, Call of Duty started to become more dependent on the multiplayer versus the campaign because of the fun experience of leveling up, playing against other players, and working as a team with other people online. Now, after the release of Modern Warfare, Call of Duty kept on releasing games set in either the past or the present, keeping the same fun formula that everyone loved and knew when it came to Call of Duty and the online multiplayer experience. Call of Duty was always about the past and the present until the release of Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2 was actually set in the future, and this is one of the most fun and played games of all the Call of Duties, along with Modern Warfare 2. But this was the first time Call of Duty had ever tried to venture into the future, maintaining the same formula we all know and love with a few simple new kill streaks and guns. People loved this game because of the map design, interactive game chat, customization, and just the overall play of the game. This is how a future Call of Duty should look. Not this. But we'll get to that in a second. Over the years, Call of Duty has been the top-selling franchise for FPS shooters and have also been introduced to some competition throughout the years, such as Halo, Titanfall, Destiny, Battlefield, and even more. And what I'm about to say is just a theory, but it makes sense. For some reason, I believe when Call of Duty saw the hype around these games such as Titanfall, Halo, and Destiny, they began to question themselves. And I'm going to be honest, this is probably what inspired the double jumps on Advanced Warfare and the thrusters on Black Ops 3. This is just a theory, so don't quote me, but it makes sense. Having one Call of Duty with this movement system is okay. Advanced Warfare should have been the only Call of Duty with exosuits. But why do I think that? Because throughout the years before Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty was always known as a boots-on-the-ground FPS shooter. Every Call of Duty, every year, had the same mechanics. Call of Duty felt they wanted to spice it up one year and go into the future, which is fine, I get it. But the future is not Call of Duty. Call of Duty should not always be set in the future. The fans that will buy Call of Duty and remain loyal to the franchise were upset at this change because of the new exosuits. It just didn't feel like Call of Duty. It wasn't the same. Before the release of Black Ops 3, we all thought we were going to go back to the normal ways of boots on the ground, and Advanced Warfare was just Advanced Warfare, an experimental type of Call of Duty that would always be one of its kind. But nope, we were fucking wrong. Now, I'm not saying Black Ops 3 is a bad game, because it's not. It's a very good game with very good movement mechanics, and is actually impressive how they were able to design it how it is. But the thing is, that's not what Call of Duty is. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. It might have the same fast-paced multiplayer, but it is a different movement that fans don't expect when purchasing a Call of Duty. This has caused old and loyal fans to quit playing the franchise and move on to other things like Battlefield, and we'll get to that also in a second. We thought Black Ops 3 would be the last we would ever see of thrusters, jetpacks, exos, future shit that we just don't want in a Call of Duty, and that next year we would either be going back to the present or back to the past. The whole community was literally hoping and begging for a World War II type of shooter, or something that didn't have the new shitty movement system implemented. But we all thought wrong again. Call of Duty decides that going into space is a genius idea because it's just so innovative. Advanced Warfare should have been the most innovative Call of Duty with the double jumps, and they should have just left it at that, but instead they feel that they should go even further with space warfare. Like, what the fuck is even going on? Now, we haven't actually seen a full Infinite Warfare multiplayer reveal, so we don't know exactly how it's gonna look or feel, but from what we have seen, and from the soldiers thrusting over a tank in the reveal trailer in the bottom left corner, shit shit does not look good. You can already see the absolute backlash from the community just by looking at the ratings on the video. I bet Activision is looking at that and thinking, well shit, we fucked up. But it doesn't matter to them. Because you wanna know why? Because they know people will purchase this Call of Duty no matter what, because it's Call of Duty. I mean, let's be honest, no matter how much you complain about the new Call of Duty, you're still going to buy and play it. Because that's what everyone does. But you'll end up going back to the same old Call of Duty anyways. I have a feeling from the constant feedback from fans asking for a boots on the ground Call of Duty after the release of Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, they saw this backlash coming, which is exactly why they remastered Modern Warfare to basically guarantee sales on their new futuristic piece of shit. It's as if they bundled it with Infinite Warfare just because they fucking knew what was coming. It's funny that we have to ask for a remaster of an old Call of Duty because we're scared to see what the new one is going to be at this point. But like I said, they just don't care because they can keep implementing supply drops into their new games to basically guarantee even more money. Just look at the fucking dislikes. People are pissed. Now, let's take a break for a second and look at the new Battlefield trailer just released today, okay? It's set in World War I, a place where Call of Duty would never dare to go because they're too pussy, and look, amazing fucking ratings. It's as if Battlefield knew what FPS shooter fans wanted after having futuristic garbage being shoved down their throat. They took this opportunity at hand, and now I bet this game will do fucking amazing. Well, shit, Call of Duty, you guys really seem to have fucked up on this one. Hopefully next year you guys can go back to being Call of Duty, you know, how it's fucking supposed to be. Like, just imagine a new Call of Duty set in World War II, or really anything that doesn't have all this future shit on it. All we want is a boots on the ground game with nice map design, fun game mode, guns, and awesome customization. But I'm gonna be honest, we'll probably never get that again because we've gone too far into this futuristic shit. Call of Duty knows they can't add supply drops into an old style COD, so they just won't do it, so that's a shame. Whatever, just remaster Modern Warfare 2 on the new gen consoles and we'll call it even. Thanks.
Hold up.